Check the time and adjust your dial. It's time for the GZ Chop Shop Podcast, the best podcast by gamers for gamers. Each week, we give you the rundown of all the happenings in the gaming world, news updates, reviews, and much more. We do all the research so you don't have to. And if you still want more after the show, we got you covered. Check out our website at thegzchopshop.com for all of our latest content. Now keep your ears locked because it's time for the GZ Chop Shop.
Welcome back to the GZ Chop Shop. I was gonna go on a tangent that would have made Itachi proud, and he pulled a Yuli on me.
Itachi was waiting for that. He was like, he had his hand on the button and everything.
So, fun fact.
Oh my god.
We'll try it again.
Fun fact, that was an accident.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe you.
I was going for the applause, but I didn't change it back to page 1. I was trying to get the applause, but it didn't go back to page 1.
No,
So,
it just farted.
yeah.
You just farted in all our ears, and thank you for that.
We are so unprofessional.
So, yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GZ Chop Shop. There we go.
Talking about breastfeeding.
That's the button.
Oh, look how cute he looks.
Oh my gosh.
Creepy
Okay,
guys, I
so-
think, is what Carah was gonna go on.
Can
She had
we just talk about how creepy men are? Like, let me rephrase before every man that listens gets got hurt. Creepy old men. Old men.
So that's all
Old
of
men.
us in 20 years.
Okay, but you got to define old men because there are some out there who think being in your 30s is old.
No, this man had to have been
Fucking Gen Z's.
50s, 60s.
and
like-
what did he do?
So I was sitting outside on my break at work today, and he pulls up, and I'm around the corner, so I'm like not in front of my building.
Obviously,
And
by yourself, wanting
by
to be left
myself,
alone.
just sitting there listening to music on TikTok for my 15 minutes, and he
Who
drives
listens
up.
to music on TikTok?
I was listening to music, and then I went on to TikTok.
Shut up, Yuli. It's not for
That
you.
is a true question. TikToks are like 15 seconds. How are you listening to music on that shit?
No. I was
God damn
listening
it,
to music, and then I went to TikTok. Anywho, and this guy pulls up in a fucking U-Haul pulling a trailer. First of all, that's creepy in itself.
It's just a creepy job. How
And-
How many sex slaves do you think he has in there?
I don't want to.
Go on, Carah. Go on.
Anyhow.
Tell us your troubles.
So he comes up to me and he starts talking to me and he's just like, "What are you doing out here? They need you inside." And I'm just like, I'm on break. And he's just like, "Oh, how are you?" And I'm just like, "Fine." He's just like talking about asking me where I live, and then I don't obviously answer where I live because I'm not stupid. And he goes, "Oh, well, I live here." And he's like, "Do you come around? I used to come around here all the time. I scrap the metal of the AC units, da-da-da-da-da." He's telling me about how he broke his truck and all this. And then he goes, "Oh, well, are you single?" And I'm just like,
Oh, man. Oof.
"No."
It's got some balls on him.
I was like, "No, I'm engaged." And he was like, "Well, I can see why." And then goes, "I would like to be next in line, though."
Whoa.
Wow.
That's bold.
Like, just go along. Just go.
Did you give him the stormtrooper move along?
I was just thinking
I
that.
was
Move
just like,
along.
uh-huh,
Move along.
uh-huh.
Is
Yeah,
it he
well,
approached
911?
your vehicle?
Yeah, I like
No,
you have
I
to
was-
roll your old
I was
dude.
sitting.
Looks
I
like
was
a
sitting on the
pedophile.
curb.
I think he
Oh, on
touched
the
a little
curb, on the
kid.
curb.
I was
Come
sitting
here
on the curb,
quickly.
and he.
Curb stomp him, please.
Yeah,
Oh my
I can.
God.
I
I was
wouldn't want to
sitting
be
on
a
the
woman.
curb,
I can
and he
appreciate.
pulled up. It was sitting
some of the stuff
in
y'all
the
go through.
road, just sitting in the road. Like, why are you stopping in the road? First of all, you have a truck and trailer. Like, no, you're blocking everybody. Don't be an ass. And then you're gonna do that, and I'm just like, God, I hate men.
You know, it kind of gives a little creepy credibility to what Yuli said earlier. Like, you got to wonder, honestly, what was in the back of that U-Haul. Like, the man literally...
Like, it was, no. It was like a pickup truck U-Haul with a trailer.
Oh,
So it wasn't a
I thought you
box.
meant like,
It wasn't
when
a
you said
box
U-Haul truck, I thought you meant the square truck.
No, it wasn't a box truck. It was just a pickup truck, which still,
Yeah, okay.
either way.
I mean, yeah, it still has a trailer, and this guy literally goes out of his way to.
And he lived, because I knew, he told me where he lived, and I know where the area is. And it was like 30 minutes from his house, as it is.
I've never understood guys like that, because even if I'm at a bar, I don't even want to talk to anybody. Like, I'll just sit there and drink by myself and watch the game.
Weird.
Well, that's what you go to
Much
a bar
less-
for, though. I mean,
Right,
someone else
right.
will go there for something else.
But of course, like, even other random guys will be sitting there like trying to talk to me. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, girls don't really do that. They don't bring up conversation next to you about weird shit when you're trying to just be by yourself.
Well, that's why you
know
don't
what I
sit
mean?
at the bar. You sit at a booth by yourself.
Nah, it's
Because I think
Mostly.
sitting at the bar, it just opens you to conversation. Because you have open seats next to you, some random fucker can take.
I used to take my empty glass and put it to my right and be like, my buddy's in the bathroom, and he'd never come back because there
He
was
never
nobody in
come
the
back. That buddy
bathroom.
just never came
Well, like,
back.
talking about, like, bars and clubs, the amount of times that I've had to, like, pretend to be with my friend, like, in a relationship while out, because men were trying to hit on us, is insane. Like, and luckily I have a ring, so, like, the amount of times that I've been like, oh, sorry, we're together.
Married bitch.
Yeah. It's insane.
I think like it's weird because some people just don't have a understanding of like modern social standards,
Boundaries.
and boundaries. Like if he's as old as we think he is, he's coming from a time where he probably could just approach a woman out of nowhere and
Well, he ain't got no Tinder.
He might.
No, not back in that time. They didn't have a Tinder.
No,
Their
yeah,
Tinder
that's-
was literally going to the bar and swiping through women.
and yeah, and who knows? He probably wasn't used to ever being like, turned down. So,
Are you making excuses for this man?
No, I'm just saying, like, it's just there's just a mentality out there that's just.
He's over here making
Off.
like logical.
So I have a
Excuses.
thing. I do have like, I do try to be. Depending on the situation, there's some situations there's just no being understanding about it whatsoever. But who the fuck?
Oh,
Yo, Itachi,
what's
I think this is a hill we don't want to die on at all. Just let Carah have her hate men status.
But you have to think, as like, my first reaction when he started to drive away was to make sure that he drove away and did not see where I worked. Like,
Yeah.
that's the society that it is now. Like, my first reaction was make sure he drives off and he can't see me go into my building. Because I don't want him to know where I work.
He makes it's the face, wasn't it?
No, all I heard was that.
too loud? You can hear
Still
it?
picked it up.
Good job, Warners. You're on fire. Is this because of the fart button? I'm
Double
sorry. It was an accident. But no, yeah, that's unnerving for
That's how we're
sure.
starting the show. Just men are creepy. Don't be creeps.
And
I can't even ask someone for their number and I know them.
I just say, hey,
so
you
not
got a Snapchat?
so
I
I just
have no
want to
game.
Well, so here's a question.
I have no
and
game.
I just want to like it's just a general question.
That's
Do
my
you
game.
feel though like the way we are with like social media and everybody relying on the internet? Do you feel like we just don't know how to interact
Sometimes.
as human beings anymore,
yeah.
just in general?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But there's a line that is just.
There
It's
is
too
a
much.
line. I feel like, because in a sense, like growing up with my dad and how social he is, like anytime he made friends at Home Depot, like as we're going through, he would say like, "Hey, Mio, come here and say hi." Like he would make me socialize with people and learn how to like converse and talk with them.
Mm.
So I guess we're like I'm part of the last generation. Like we're all part of the last generation of social interact, and not Carah. Carah's Gen Z, so she can fuck off. the millennials are the last generation of actual social people in the sense that they can hold a conversation, at least some of them.
Mm.
When it comes to face and meeting someone at random.
I don't like people.
Other than that, most people rely on like, oh yeah, do you have Facebook? Do you have this? All right, cool. I'll meet you here and talk to you here because I don't want to talk to you in person.
Yeah. The reason I ask is I just feel like the generations, because we all have our own different forms of communications, that some of them just do not mix. Like just in general, they do not mix at all. So we rely very heavily on the internet to be our means of.
You know what sucks? I don't like having paragraph conversations through text. If you're gonna talk that much through me through text, fucking call me so we can deal with it in 10 minutes instead of having a 30-minute text conversation.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't text me a ton of shit that you expect me to reply to and then not pick the phone up when I try to call you.
Yeah, like you send me a paragraph and I'm just gonna call you like, what the fuck are you saying? I'm not gonna read all that. Just tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me the paragraph. Like it's gonna take me 10 minutes to read that when you can just tell me in 10 seconds.
Are you coming for a Tachi with this giant ass message that he sent today?
Oh my god! Did you see that? I had to read that whole thing.
I don't even read those. I expect you guys to read
task.
them and then
I had to pause my movie
tell
and
me
like
what hasn't happened.
it looked important.
Okay.
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 He's
Since we still got,
technical.
we're gonna air this out now.
He's throwing facts out there.
I just want
numbers.
Everyone to know.
Hold on, we
I
did
have
ask for this
tried
though.
everything.
He's mad.
We did
I have
ask for
tried
this though.
everything. I have tried the text. I have tried the verbal. Nobody reads the pins. Nobody remembers what I say.
Oh, hold up. Also,
who forgot to log in?
What are you talking about? I forgot to. I've been logged in once.
Wasn't even talking about you.
I forgot to log in.
Guilty conscience.
It wasn't saved.
Hey, can we talk about how comfy these cheesy chops?
These gamma games. Yeah.
The gamma games.
We've actually. I've heard some good things about it. I bought one, but I sent it to the wrong address.
Wow.
I sent it to my old. It like auto populated.
It's really comfy.
I was
it really
like, oh
is.
shit.
Somebody got a free hoodie.
Somebody did.
They still don't. How long? They won't forward your mail? Has it like been that long already?
I don't know. I just went to the wrong address. You know,
It took a while to answer.
Speaking of that, one time this is when I was back in my house a couple years ago. I was really hungover, and it was like 7. I just like woke up like, fuck, I want some food, and I ordered IHOP, right? And I went to put in my address.
That's where you messed up.
My address at the time was 205. I didn't realize I put 203, so my neighbor down the street got free IHOP, and I didn't catch it until like an hour and a half went by, and I'm like, where are these motherfuckers at? And it said delivered, and I was like, fuck it, whatever. Like, what am I gonna do? Walk down the street and bang on the door and get some cold IHOP from somebody?
Give
like,
me my IHOP.
Give my IHOP, motherfucker. The cops called on me. Like, it was my IHOP, and then it just turns into a thing. Like, I'm just a crazy person yelling about IHOP in the front of someone's yard.
You would have been one of the news articles we were right about.
So I just let it go. I was like, I'll just make cereal. Just went back to bed.
So the moral of the story, if you live near Warner's, you might get free stuff.
You might get
free stuff.
It's not the first time I've done something like that.
You know,
I call it charity.
Speaking of that shit, if you want a free meal, there's some places that just leave the food out there for you to pick up. You can literally just walk in, take someone's food, and walk out.
Oh yeah,
I've heard stories from multiply. I've seen it happen. I've seen hobos walk into like a place where they like Chipotle. They'll leave the orders out there. I've seen hobos walk in, take the order, and walk out, and then I'm like, I don't think that was that motherfuckers.
Nope.
Hey, you know what though? My opinion, you're using the tools in your own personal toolbox to get through the game of life. So I'm not
I
too
have
judgy.
nothing about it because someone will come in and say, hey, my food's not here. They're gonna have to make it anyway.
If I was homeless, I would do the same damn thing.
Yeah, good idea, man. You're fucking homeless. Get some free food. Also, get the fuck out of my city.
Tips for the GZ Chop Shop.
Not everyone who's homeless enjoys being homeless. They're not like, oh, I can't wait to be homeless. Like, they're not all mentally unstable felons and stuff. Like some of them are just people that really just got fucked.
We have a lot.
But
and our city,
about 70% of the homeless population does have severe mental illnesses.
Oh, that is true. But the problem is that we have all this funding for it, and most of it goes into the politicians' pockets.
Oh, yeah, that's
like who was it? Fucking the governor or mayor of New York. I think his wife stole like $80 million in homeless funding.
Jesus,
That's a lot of money.
It was millions of dollars gone out of like of funding for homeless people. I'm like, well, no fucking wonder there's a lot of homeless still. You guys aren't really trying to help them. You're just trying to fucking fund your own pockets so you don't end up homeless.
man. Well, there's a rabbit hole I could go through right there, and I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, I don't know how we got what.
Creepy.
Anyway, let's
We
homeless
just end up
people,
in tangents.
Watch out.
We end up in tangents. We head here, then here, then here.
That's free form. So we're gonna get
Carah,
to our main topic.
maybe it was a homeless guy that stole a truck, and he was just trying to get lucky.
Carah, what if you survived the Night Stalker issue?
What kind of fucking... The dude from the 80s? The 80s, right? He was an 80s serial killer?
Yeah, he was an 80s serial killer, but like, what if Carah survived that? What if that dude was a serial killer? That's fucking terrifying.
I mean, what?
What?
Oh, you mean...
But what do you think goes through a woman's mind every time a creepy man tries to talk to her?
Serial killer.
Serial killer.
But so,
But then again, there's someone like, stab me, daddy.
Nobody says that.
You'd be surprised.
Have you heard the way I talk about
this is
Trickster?
why when
Seen the
I'm
letters
on a
Ted Bundy has
sidewalk.
gotten while he was in jail?
Have you seen the way I talk about Trickster?
Do you say... You don't say stab me, daddy, do you?
What?
Close
Did you
enough.
not see what she... Okay.
Close enough.
Okay. But no, like,
No, that's
like my
something she
last
says
thought
to
on
Logan.
this is exactly why I like cross the street. Like whenever I see like any females coming towards me when I'm walking, I just immediately go to the other side of the street.
It's best to just avoid women at all times.
Avoid
away.
us. Just avoid us.
I agree with that. Just avoid women at all times, and then if one approaches you, just keep your hands in...
Yep.
But
No, not even that.
To your
If we're
side,
gonna
just
be-
keep it to your side.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't put them in your
Anything
pocket.
we do as men is going to be deemed creepy.
Yeah.
Like even if I like I could pass one of you guys on the sidewalk, we could look at each other, make eye contact, head nod, say what's up, and wouldn't be
Hold
fazed
up.
by it.
That is true though. Guys have a universal head nod. Like you got the up nod for some
The
people
up
you
nod?
know, the down nod for people you don't know.
I do that. I do that.
That's a universal language. You could be in fucking Japan, look at someone, and
I
we
do
know.
that. I do that.
Yep.
Okay?
And then you do the
Hello?
awkward smile though.
No, I don't even smile. I just
Yeah,
look
you don't
in
even
the
have to
eye,
smile.
head nod, and then walk away. Like I don't have
I
to.
go-
And then like if
already
you
acknowledge
pass a
your
guy who
existence.
like doesn't do it, you kind of nonchalant in your head think, well, he's an asshole.
Oh yeah.
you see, I
that's
challenge.
kind of why I'm glad. Like I have to wear a mask at work because like if I pass by people now, I don't have to fake that stupid ass smile.
Or
I
when
can
you
just-
walk by that dude who has that smoking girlfriend, and you're like, and then walk away.
see,
Yeah.
that's the creepy stuff.
That's the creepy
That's
stuff.
what
But like,
Carah's
you know,
talking about.
You know, and guys do this. They'll like look at each other and be like, "Yep,"
Yep.
and walk away. Like you lucky bastard.
Yep. But like I said, I just go to the other side of the
Carah,
street
you
because I
walk
can
out
just
with
feel the
Logan.
aura.
I bet you Logan will like see 5 guys and be like,
Oh, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure I've seen him do it.
We're not very secret and
a-
subtle about
We're
it.
not very
we're
secret or
not.
subtle. Doesn't
We
matter
make it-
though.
You can't even be nice to women anymore because of all the creepiness and the fear.
Oh
Like,
fuck
you
you!
try to
If
be
I'm
nice-
opening the
you can be
door
nice
and
to
you
a
tell
woman,
me
like,
no, I'm
genuinely-
okay, fuck you.
We're
Close
gonna
the door
get,
in your
you know
face.
what? We're gonna
Nice.
get caught in that loophole. Like, I don't know if you were there when we were there, Warners, but like in Singapore, it's against the law to approach a woman without her permission. So it's kind of like
How the fuck
a
do you do that?
catch-22, huh? How does that
Fuck you do
work?
that? Yeah,
That's
how
what I'm
does that work?
saying. It's like, well, how do you get her permission?
What if she has
Without
like, toilet
approaching
paper
her?
on her foot? And you like,
Guys,
you gotta tell her, hey,
it's
Matt,
easy.
you have toilet paper there.
It's easy. You walk up, they see you, you make eye contact awkwardly, and you say, "May I approach?"
No, but you just approached her without her permission.
No, don't do
Approach her without
that.
the permission.
Singapore doesn't
Yeah.
fuck around, man.
No.
You go to jail for like all kinds of shit,
Yup.
man.
Yep.
They don't play.
Chewing gum? That lands you in jail.
That's real. It's real stuff, man. You'll go straight to jail.
As soon as they see you going,
sometimes they don't even send you to jail. They'll just beat you on the spot until you learned your lesson.
And they don't care what color you are there. They'll beat the shit out of you.
yep,
I mean,
Universal beatings.
universal beating.
No, Singapore is a very mixed country.
I'm pretty sure if you're white, you get beat more.
Well, they do tend to break the rules a little bit more. Everybody else has
White
like
people
no
are
problem
bolder.
following it.
White people are bolder and
yeah, they get themselves in
walk a
trouble
thin
a lot
line.
more. But
Luckily, there's only 2 white people in this group, so there's full diversity.
yeah, I saw that, Carah.
Sorry, I got a text message and it said we will lock your device soon.
Oh, I thought Logan sent you a dick pic. You had to smile.
Okay, moving on. Time to move on. We are
Do you need
20
2
minutes
phones or
in.
1 phone?
Oh my god.
It is
one.
time to move on.
Carah sees the work phone from now on. Playing on the phone.
So our first topic for today, there's never any segue for these things, but
Segway!
Epic Game Store. Good old Epic. Basically, if we're gonna call a spade, they're trying to dirty dick Steam.
Trying. Good luck.
No, they're trying because it's not working.
Are you talking about the $200 million for PlayStation?
Yeah, they're trying to get.
Hold up. Before you say
oh my
that,
gosh,
$200 million for a couple PlayStation games. I'm like, yo, that's a fuck you to Sony. $200 million? We make that in a day.
Right?
Yeah. And it's like Epic is pretty much trying to. They're trying to have big dick energy.
Yeah, they
and they're trying to be like, you want to be with this, and it's like, no,
For
we
no
don't.
reason. They have no reason at all to feel that. They should feel the opposite.
Yeah, because they're pretty much just like flapping their wallet everywhere. I mean, they got that super center that they're building.
It's not impressive because they don't got that much money.
Yeah,
I mean, they make their money off of Fortnite only.
And granted that's a huge. That's a huge amount.
That's $1 billion market.
Yeah. But man, you cannot you can't come to people like even Microsoft. And as much as we give Microsoft shit, it's like, come on, you gotta know.
How much
where
did
you
Microsoft
stand.
buy the Bethesda company from? Like it was like $1 billion, right?
It was like $1 billion or something like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Hey,
Like-
Epic Games. It costs more than $200 million. $200 million is a big fuck you to the face.
You know, it's funny you say that too.
Sony
'cause
will pay you $200 million to shut the fuck up.
my the Mech Warrior game I play, it came out originally through Epic, so it was the only way I could download it. And now it's on Steam at the end of the month, and I've like the past few days I've been kind of bummed about it because I wish there was a way for me to move my game to Steam, because in my head I'm like, I just like Steam better. I wish all my games could always just be on Steam.
Yeah.
And
No, I agree.
if Epic doesn't work out in the future, if they fall through or some shit like that, like I don't feel safe with Epic. I know that Steam will be there no matter what. Like if I buy a game, no matter where I go, no matter what happens in the future, Steam will be there.
Right.
I don't feel that way about Epic.
Steam has been literally tested, tried and true.
I thought
They
about
know what
rebuying
their
it,
gamers want.
but I also like I put so much work into the one I already have on Epic that I'm like, well,
Also, the Steam sales are unbeatable. Like Epic cannot compete with those.
oh
sales.
no, it's going on sale starting off $30. It's still $60 on Epic.
Steam. I don't think Epic will anytime soon be a viable competitor for Steam. Just the community support behind Steam is.
I think Epic should just
proof of
not compete with Steam and
Too out?
technically be their own thing. It sounded like
Yeah.
you were really sucking on it. You wanted
This
to be
is so
something
many
else.
sounds in this episode.
Oh my god, you don't need your soundboard anymore. We're good.
I don't need the soundboard. Like Warner's alone is more than enough. But no, yeah. And then when you look at the details of like what their contract was, because they want, first of all, $200 million for first party titles, and then they're like, and then for 4 to 6 titles after. I'm like, okay,
No.
That is no. They make more than that.
Epic. You know, Steam is like they have deals with Sony, but they're chill about the deals. Like they're like, we'll wait a year or two, and then we'll let it be available. They don't push it. You know what I mean? Epic's over here like trying to buy everything.
I'm also super excited for Days Gone this Friday. I can't wait to play that game. I loved it on the PlayStation,
and
I'm so happy. How exciting is that? That Steam is like, how much do you think Steam paid, like the developers, to have it come on there? Like, even though Sony kind of planned it, how much do you think?
Just
for the game alone?
But actually, probably not that much, because the overall sales didn't come up to what Sony was hoping for. So they probably didn't pay that much. So, you know, Sony.
Million?
Yes, 200 million.
No, the internal feedback from Sony, their PC Game Pass leader is against what we're doing. They are effectively bidding against us for content.
The last part has me cracking up though the most. Nintendo, the fact they even thought to put that in there, not started as moonshot unto itself. Corporate history says this is a non-starter.
You know what's fucked up? Even Steam has some Nintendo games like what's the fuck is it called? The Octopath Traveler, which was originally a Switch game, but now it's on Steam.
Steam knows how. You know what I think works to Steam's advantage?
They have chill.
They're not pushy. They know how to approach these companies with respect, reasonable numbers.
They probably have an open door thing, like, hey, we'll take any game you want to lend us. We'll pay, you know, we'll negotiate what you're asking. Just
I wouldn't doubt it if they did have a
just
open door policy.
Let us know.
Yeah,
a chill relationship.
Yeah. And they know certain games that'll work and won't work. And I think that's the best way to approach Nintendo is with someone like Nintendo, you want them to come to you.
Yep.
And that's how Steam played it. That's how I think Steam played it. It's like, hey, Nintendo, we're just saying, if you want, we're here.
Nintendo will definitely pimp out their third-party games, but keep their like first-party games to themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Sony's doing that with a couple like Guerrilla Games with Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone. What else? I think that's it for now.
Are there any games that are only on Sony and Nintendo?
If you mean just Nintendo, yes.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Between the two, like Uncharted. Only they share them between the two. Because I think that would be hilarious if they made deals for games only between the two. Just as like a fuck you.
Just the big middle finger to everyone else. Everyone's just sitting in the corner pouting. That would be totally cool though. Even if the game was garbage.
I think the only thing Epic Games has for going for it is Fortnite. Oh, they also have Rocket League, which is another great game.
Yeah, Rocket League upped their user base, but the thing is
free to play.
And that's only time their numbers spike is when they've made all these games free. And they might have screwed themselves over by doing that because now people are going to be like, oh, I'll just wait till stuff is free, play it, and then when they want money again, I'm going to go back to Steam.
Steam doesn't do free. Steam is like, we'll sell it for $10.
Yeah, we'll sell it for $10.
There's free games, but they're free for a reason. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Or they're free for a limited time.
They're not Fortnite Rocket League status free.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are like first like one player games for the most part.
I think I fucked up when I bought Rainbow Six Siege on Epic Games because it was cheaper than Steam. And now I'm like, I might buy it on Steam just because fuck Epic Games.
God, I wish I could move the couple games I actually play.
I'll regrind the levels. I don't give a fuck. Just so I don't have to like turn on Epic Game Launcher, load the game, and all. The only reason I would load Epic Game Launcher now is for Hitman 3.
You know what I might do? I might buy the Mech Warrior DLC and play it, and then when I beat it, then go to Steam because I don't want to start from scratch already.
Or if you're already gonna start from scratch, just get it all together at once. You know they're gonna have a sale once the DLC's out.
I don't think I won't pay extra for a game just to have it on a better platform.
You could probably just wait for the community. I'm pretty sure someone in the community will figure out a way to have your files converted.
Also, the modding on Steam games is so much better than Epic Games.
Oh yeah,
the modding
does Epic allow modding?
Yeah.
It does,
legally
but it's
allow
a pain in
modding.
the fucking ass.
Yeah, and they're glitchy, dude. I'm telling you, they really are
so
glitchy.
bad. I don't even think it's the game's fault. It's the launcher itself that fucks with the mods.
Well, that's Epic doing Epic things, and they're still in their legal battle with Apple, which is
They're
in my
failing
opinion,
Epic. Yo,
hilarious.
did you see that they brought an Xbox Series X, a PS5, and a Switch to the court case?
Yeah.
Wait,
I
what?
saw that and I'm like, why the fuck did you bring those? They're not Apple products. Evidence one, the platforms you can play our games on.
They brought the actual physical content.
Do you guys think that the Epic will
consoles?
win that court case? Like, I don't think Epic will win at all.
No.
Their pockets aren't deep enough. As much as they want to
Not
pretend
even
their pockets are
that.
deep
Like,
enough, they're not.
Apple has the right to be like, yeah, we're not going to support your game anymore.
Exactly. You can't get mad when a third part when you're going through another party like that when they don't want to do business with you or whatever. Like you can't be mad. It's their decision.
I gotta say kudos to like any indie or any game developers right now, because it's like a fucking landmine out there, depending on like who you decide to go with and how all these companies are handling their businesses. And you know, with Microsoft, they want to force developers to make their games accessible to cloud servicing, which I can understand. If at first I would think like, oh, you know, that would be a good opportunity, but at the same time I could understand why like maybe there's extra steps that make things difficult to make your game available on cloud services. Maybe you don't want people to be able to pull your game down from the internet. Like you want them to be able to go through like, I don't know, like Steam or something. And like now you got like Apple saying, hey, if you want to be on ours, you got to pay us like damn near 50%. You got Microsoft saying, hey, if you want to be, you know, if you want to do stuff with it, you got to make your games available on xCloud. And then Epic Games over here doing, well, Epic game things. We still don't even know what Epic Games is up to. So it's like, you know, I got to say kudos to the developers that are steadily paving their way, because it is a shit show in the market out there right now. And it's funny because a lot of people, they just get their game, so they don't even realize like all this stuff is going on.
The better market is word of mouth.
Yeah.
Because look at Among Us.
Oh yeah.
Virtually unknown game for 2 years. Blows up word of mouth, and now it's on Switch. It's coming to PS5.
Yep.
Like,
Man, I wonder what the graphics will be like on PS5.
probably the same.
I've seen some like I hope they do a VR
on that
version.
fucking game.
You ever seen the VR mod? Like the
Their
I've seen
new
the VR.
map, I hate it.
That's
their new
laggy
map
as
is-
fuck right now. They need to fix it.
Is
It's so
rough.
big. I don't like it.
It's too big.
That's what she said.
I was just thinking about, I was like, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Carah's gonna kill me.
Better you than me. But
Just don't approach her without her permission.
Oh yeah, we're doing it the Singapore way. No approaching. without
No, you have to
permission.
wear the gator suit.
Oh god.
I thought we left
So-
that in the After Dark episode.
I do want to say, if you guys don't have access to the Jeezy After Dark episode, this is like the real quick plug-in. You guys need to check it out. We had a blast last night. That episode was...
It was my first time being on one,
and
I
beyond
kind of
hilarious.
regret it.
It was after dark status.
It was after dark.
Too much information was given.
You want to learn a little bit about everybody? You need to listen.
Yep,
All I
yep,
can say is we're all freaks.
yep. So if you want to know the joke about the alligator suit, yeah, go check that one out. Available on our Patreon. Yeah. We might put out a little teasers here and there, just enough, just a
I like
little
teasers.
taste. Little taste. Did you say I like teasers?
Yeah, I like to be teased.
I bet you do.
Can we not?
Segway!
I forgot Carah was here. She was so quiet.
Okay. All right. So we could pretty much all unanimously agree Epic and Apple and all of them, they're like big
just fuck
kids
Epic.
on a playground getting into a fight. What I really do want to talk about though is, since one of us has actually gotten to utilize the platform, and we can kind of poke fun at
Two
our
of us.
all favorite platform, Twitch, indirectly. Trovo. So Carah, actually, what, twice now.
Ref stream done it twice, yeah.
Yeah, has actually been utilizing a streaming platform known as Trovo that Warner's recently found out is actually owned by Tencent. So they got backing.
Yeah, I didn't. When I looked into that, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, so they're not.
I thought they were just some no-name like streaming company just trying to do it up, and nope, turns out
no. They have an established. They have an established platform. They have their build. It looks like it's basic. I think they've built it to look like Twitch, kind of, so when they get to where they want to be, it's kind of like, hey, Twitch, remember when you used to be this?
Yeah.
Wait until it gets big, and it's just going to be another version of it.
True. And you know, I have to hold on to the hope that.
Right, but what can you do when you get that big? Like, it's bound to happen.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Hot tub streams on Trovo. Let's go.
Take advantage of the beta now.
Well,
Go
you know,
places
by
now.
the time they get to that point, we will probably be out of the COVID crisis and into whatever new crisis we're into. Because
There's always a crisis.
There's always a crisis.
Always a crisis.
So it depends on whatever the future crisis is.
War
that
with China.
Brings on certain. Well, at that point, I don't think
You're
anybody's
not
gonna
making
stream
up
it.
apocalypse. Is it apocalypse?
We were talking about Trovo. Shush. God.
Yeah. So, Carah, can you tell us about your experience in Trovo? Like how was it? Was it easy to use?
So the setting it up, it was fine. I was able to, connect everything to my OBS. Yuli tried it first, actually. And at the time, we weren't sure if there was a bot that we could use. Why are you flipping me off? Rude.
I'm flipping off Itachi more than anything.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hey,
we weren't
like
sure
a
if
real
there
thing
was a
too.
bot because they haven't.
Guys are weird. Carrie just stopped.
I was really into that too.
I was into it too.
Attentively listening.
We weren't sure if they were set up with like a bot, like Nightbot or anything like that. So I actually found out that they do have their own bot that you can set up to do alerts. It welcomes in, when people come into your stream, it says that their name and then it says welcome on in. It's very minimalistic right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think May this month is like their 1 year that they've been.
This is
out.
their 1 year, yeah.
So
this Friday.
Is it this Friday?
I think it's this Friday. I saw
I wasn't sure
Discord.
the date.
I had an announcement for it.
I wasn't sure of the date. I just knew it was this month. But I know that they're working on getting set up with Nightbot and stuff like that. The setup was really easy for the bot. The setup was really easy for my stream. It's a lot, like Itachi said, it's a lot like Twitch. So it kind of benefits anybody who's coming over from Twitch. And I ended up on the featured page twice. Both nights. With 9 viewers, I think. So it's more of an opportunity for smaller streamers
Probably
to
because
get
you're the
out
only one
there.
that speaks English on the platform.
There is a lot of non-English speaking streamers. There is very few English speaking streamers. It's made for mobile gaming, which I haven't really seen anywhere else. So like people who play games on their phone, it's just so much easier for you to do it that way. The people that did come in, anybody new that came into my stream, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I definitely am going to be testing the waters out a little bit more with it over the next few weeks, seeing if I want to actually switch over. But for now, I'm enjoying it. It was easy. Definitely go give it a try. I'm on there. We're all on there now.
Yeah.
We're all ready.
I actually made my account like about a week or so ago, but I haven't had my first stream. I plan to do my first stream on there this Friday to give it a try, because so anybody who's listened to the podcast for any time knows
any amount of time
knows my growing distaste for Twitch. But the problem was there wasn't any known safe platforms to go through, and I have to say this part isn't Twitch's fault. Surprisingly, this is actually Microsoft's fault. That Microsoft made it harder now for newer platforms to step into the game because of how quickly they abandoned Mixer. They had a formula. It would have worked. It was proving to work. They are a very well-known company globally, and then they dropped the ball and just rolled it into Facebook gaming. But as far as a lot of people are concerned is, well, looks like Twitch is the only gaming, streaming, whatever platform that can be trusted. So a lot of people are going to be afraid to make a change, not only just because they're afraid of starting over, they're afraid of the platform just dying. Because right now, the only two streaming platform, the only three that have no probably downfall happening is Facebook gaming, obviously Twitch and YouTube. But you know, with YouTube, it's a juggernaut of everything. So YouTube itself would have to die, and that's not going to happen.
Never going to happen.
That's never going to happen. And YouTube kind of saved gaming by integrating it just into everything, because YouTube gaming did kind of go into obscurity. It became niche because Twitch started taking over. Facebook gaming is on a rise, but at the most part, it just kind of plateaus out for long periods of time. Like, people know of it, they're aware of it, but it's not on a level of Twitch, because a lot of people don't like the idea that, well, I typically use Facebook to connect with my personal life. I don't want people being able to somehow backtrack and get into my personal life. So a lot of people don't trust the security of Facebook and Facebook gaming in that regard. So in terms of competition, Twitch still technically has none. But I was like, hey, if there's an opportunity to grow on a different platform that actually acknowledges its, all the different types of streamers on there, from big streamers to small streamers, then I would take it. Because nothing would be, in my opinion, more hypocritical than to be like, oh my gosh, I hate Twitch. And then people, why do you still stream there? And then you'd be like, oh. So for me, it's like, can't fuss about a problem if I'm not willing to separate myself from the problem. And Trovo seems like a good opportunity. Because Mixer lasted how many years? 2? If that?
About 2, yeah, it was about 2.
Yeah.
So 2 years?
I think it lasted like 2 years.
I thought it was 2 months.
No, they were, because I streamed on there, and it was like, I had an account for a while before I actually streamed on it.
We were so happy too. We were like,
I feel like they had the Ninja announcement, and then it just shut down.
Ninja's here, and we're done.
It just shut down.
It just shut down after that.
Now he's just kicking up, chilling.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people,
$50 million.
Even in my inner circle, they're probably gonna like laugh at me, like, oh, Itachi's gonna make another. But I must say, like, yeah. But at least I can say I was willing to separate myself from the problem. Like, you can't complain about something and then still be trying to rely on it. So if Trovo, while it's still in its infancy, has made it to a year, they're already on a good course. As long as they make it to a 3rd year, they're already better than Mixer. So from what I saw, it looks like it's heading in the right direction. It's not, it doesn't have that Twitch culture yet.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Twitch culture stays on Twitch.
That's not gonna happen.
I know.
No.
For now, it does make it a little easier.
At least let us make it before it happens. So then we can just be like, all right, you know what? We made our money. We can leave.
I mean,
and then just go on about life.
Just from my experience, my 2 days, the first night I streamed on there, we had a very well-known person from the Twitch world, not in a good sense, and he found my stream. So, I mean, no matter what platform, there's always going to be something. Like, and especially because it's a smaller platform, so it's very, I think personally the difference between like Twitch and Trovo, in the fact that there's not enough viewers for the streamers, is just Twitch is just way too oversaturated with streamers. Mm-hmm. Where Trovo, there's not as many viewers, but there's still room for growth.
And they don't, and maybe it's because that most of their channels are small, but the fact that it doesn't seem like they're picky on who they feature is something I said Twitch could do without hurting themselves. I'm like, how hard would it be to feature a random small streamer? How much would that hurt them? It wouldn't. And if anything, it would be like a nice, I feel like it would bring a good balance to the system. It would make some underrated streamers shine a little bit more. And I get that Twitch is probably trying to avoid having to pay, for more partners, but let's be realistic. Your average, hey, I'm coming in to be a streamer person, I would say out of like every 10 people that decide one day they wake up they want to be a streamer, less than half are actually going to see it through.
And so even less than that are actually going to make it.
And less than that are actually
never to sign up as partner, even if you have the option.
Wait, what was that?
Wouldn't it be better to not sign up as a Twitch partner, even if they give you the option? Because
that's partners,
it's like a ball and chain on your leg.
It's a ball and chain. Mm-hmm. It becomes your full-time job. A lot of people. So what even I had to realize is the best way to approach Twitch partner is be established elsewhere and have Twitch then come to you with the partnership, because your contract is way more negotiable on your terms than theirs. If you grow on Twitch, and I'm not trying to discredit anyone who made Twitch partner, it is a grind, but I do feel like a lot of them were so excited with the light at the end of the Twitch tunnel that they don't realize they might have screwed themselves over making partner now compared to making partner 5 years ago. Because now you've made partner, you're required to stream X amount of days, X amount of time, or they pull that partnership from you. I promise you, anyone else who made partner 5 years ago who's established elsewhere doesn't have that worry, because Twitch came to them and was like, hey, we want to offer you partnership, because it helps their platform. And their contract is more negotiable because it's like, I'm so-and-so, so give me a reason to accept your partnership. Compared to someone who's climbed the slow grind ladder. It's like, hey, I made partner on Twitch. Twitch is kind of like, okay, well, here's the contract, and here's what you got to do to keep it. Mm-hmm. You can't really negotiate it because you don't have any pull anywhere else. So one of the things a lot of people forget that I, learned is take the time to grow somewhere else, because if Twitch decided, you know what, we're going to start shaving any partner that has less than 10,000 followers, what are you going to do? Now it's like when YouTube did the massive demonetization, and then all those channels lost revenue. There was nothing they could do. And they might have been on the cusp of Twitch partners or YouTube partnership, but because YouTube changed the rules, changed the algorithm, they were starting all over. Their means of money gone. They didn't spread themselves into different avenues anywhere. So it's like, would you build a table with only one leg? I mean, you could. I don't know how well it's gonna stand for you.
Better be a fucking well-balanced table.
That better be a well-balanced table. So it's like, it's better to take that extra time to spread yourself, in different places and see what takes, and build those communities elsewhere, and then take a Twitch partnership. Because Twitch partnership, it's a hell. Yeah, you're screwing yourself. And I see that too. Like I'll go check pages of certain Twitch partners, and they don't have the same following on any of them, and I'm like, because I know they don't have the time to build it up, and I think it's designed that way on purpose, because it's like Twitch kind of has it where it's like, you work for us and that's it. You ain't going nowhere else. Where you gonna go? Mixer? so something like Trovo is kind of like it's promising. It's a fresh take. One thing, if there's any streamers that listen, I would say do not be scared of starting over, because your viewer base, those that consistently watch you, we all have someone that's consistently watches. They'll follow you wherever you
Taji's
go.
Not once been in my stream.
Even then, ask any successful
stream today. Where the fuck was he?
I was working.
I was there. I was working.
I was there.
Exactly.
But you were there for
Carah
10 minutes for me.
Wait, what?
What?
Warner's. I clicked on his stream link, and it's like, offline. I'm like, he just went
Not
online right now.
on Trovo.
Oh. Yeah.
Wait, you were on Trovo? Oh, you were on Trovo? Yeah, I was very deep into my work.
You gotta spam that shit on Discord for us to see. You know you have the at everyone option.
Yeah. Also, I do tend to. I'm kind of like a lurk sometimes. So sometimes I do see you guys might be live, but I don't say anything. Sorry.
Wow.
You know what my lurk status says when someone uses it? It says, "I'm lurking, but not really."
Mine says I love you, but I got shit to do.
That's more up my alley right there. that's more me.
I'm gonna lurk, aka I'm not watching.
Yeah.
I'll watch. I'll just be playing Monster Hunter and not trying to talk to anybody.
Oh, we're all social butterflies.
She even gave me
here.
compliments on it. She's like, "It looks good. I set it up right."
Look at me, being a good
You know,
friend.
Carah should probably just be nice.
Boy.
You know what I'm excited about for? I'm really excited about what Florida did wrong this week.
Oh, we're not in Florida.
Ooh.
We're not in Florida.
Segue!
We're not in
Segue.
Florida this week.
Hold on, I hope this is the
We're not in
right
Florida
button.
this week?
But actually, before
No.
we get to that, we definitely need to take a break. And then when we come back, we are going to do Carah's Corner of Weird.
Sponsor ad!
Segue.
Yo, who the fuck was that sponsor? Who the fuck read those lines?
I don't know.
What?
Fucking
I
idiot
didn't
read
hear
those
anything.
sponsorship lines.
I didn't hear anything.
No, I'm pretty sure
because
it's
you're not.
just.
Oh,
It would
I'm
help
just
if we
that-
could
I'm
hear it.
okay. So let me
I'm just fucking
explain.
guessing.
Let me explain.
I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Inserts you won't hear because they won't happen until after the show's there. They get input in the dead spot. So the spot where we went on break, it'll be put in there.
See, that's the kind of
Also,
stuff you got to
it's an
tell us
ad.
in your long
And
ass
then-
messages.
The ones
did
that
not
you
figure that
don't
out?
like reading.
I did read it.
Wait, hold up.
I like how
How
you're
you
looking
not
at it
figuring
now
that
to see if
shit out?
you missed
That's
anything.
why I said, who the fuck read that ad?
Oh my god.
I was waiting for the ad to start.
It's like commercials on television shows. Nobody tells them when the commercial's gonna happen. It just does.
Yo, you gotta have
And
like
it
the
just-
Seinfeld music, but down.
I don't get it. All right, I don't get it.
All right, let's just. Carah, what weird news do you have for us today?
Right. We're
All right, I'm
going.
bored. I lost interest.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Why?
Okay, go on.
Why?
Rude.
This is like one of my favorite parts.
Disrespectful.
This is my favorite part too. I
This
love
is
it.
a great one. This
Ooh,
one's really
give it to me,
great.
give it to me.
It's really funny. Okay. So we're going to Australia today.
Oh, don't
fuck.
do them like that.
What's in Australia?
Oh, man.
Nope, we spread the love. Everybody gets it.
Oh man, not Australia.
All right. Are you ready for this title?
Oh man.
Go for it.
Man becomes cowboy. Makes paper horse during Australian quarantine.
How big is this horse? What do you mean?
So there's pictures.
Define cowboy.
This guy used paper bags. His
You know you
food
can
was
hit the
delivered
screen
in.
thing on the bottom to show us what you're looking at.
Do you want me to screen share?
Fuck yeah.
All right. So
All right, let's go.
he used the paper bags his food was delivered in for his costume and horse. This man saddled up to make the best of his 2-week quarantine. So he went to his dad's funeral in the UK and he had to quarantine when he got back to Australia, right? So he bought himself a portable speaker and juggling balls. He thought he was going to learn to juggle.
Quick time out. Can we just say this guy looks like he took all the DMT in Australia? Can we look at this?
This looks like a scarecrow, but like a horse.
He's one of the 4 horsemen of apocalypse.
So what do you do with it?
So it started with the bowl that he had his lunch in, which is what he used to make his hat. And he added some brim to it, and that was the beginning. And then the vest and the chaps came naturally. He continued making it out of all the bags that his mules were made.
You know what? Fuck it. I love this guy. Look at them assless chaps.
Yep.
Look at them crotchless, assless chaps. You know what? I love this guy.
So after
the other
he's
picture of
a
the horse
fucking
looked
G.
really good. And then you showed me this. It's
Hold
like,
on. Hey, Carah, hold up. Go back to that second picture. Want to know the face guys make when they do it?
What?
When they finish?
What?
Oh, my bad.
You cut out.
Go back. My bad. Go back to the second picture.
That is the second picture.
That one
No?
right there. Yeah, that one.
Wait,
You
what?
see that? He's the one where he's with the horse and the assless chaps. That one. That's the face guys make.
It's delayed.
is he wearing a face mask?
Yeah.
That's the face
Yes.
guys make. That
Is it a
horse
horse
is the
face mask?
I don't know.
Doesn't
face
it look
from
like a horse
okay.
face mask?
So he found an ironing board and he dragged it out and put a desk lamp, and that's where he made the skeleton for his horse. And he just started making until he
know
made
what?
his
You know
horse.
what?
Having
This
so
guy-
much fun.
This guy's having so much fun. Good for him.
He even named the horse
What's his name?
Russell.
I could see that.
Yeah. At least it's
He
not
named
Roach.
the horse Russell. And he used coffee pods for the eyes and nostril. And then he also created his own nemesis, the clean film kid with a costume made out of plastic
hold up.
I
bags.
like this guy.
I love this guy. Look at all that free time. You know what? He's recycling.
He's having fun.
Is that an axe on the table?
Hey, he made a
Possibly.
plastic bag. He made a. Oh god.
This
And-
guy's
Neil's was
ready
a
for
legend.
war.
This man is living his best
so
life.
he says, every cowboy needs a nemesis, so I figured one is all natural and recyclable, and the other one is nasty plastic single guy use. He's the baddie. He's gonna get shot. There's a narrative going.
So I gotta know,
I
does
hope
it
this
say
guy
anything
makes
in this
YouTube
article
videos.
like does he have a regular job? Like he's just kind of some average Joe?
No, it didn't
And he
say
got
anything about
bored,
his
or-
job.
Why
Because
would
I
you
really
want to
need
know
some
that?
background.
Why would you
I
want
just
to know
want some,
that?
like-
This dude is just having fun doing all the DMT in Australia.
He's
making
not
horse
gonna need a
models
job.
and shit.
He's gonna
That chariot
he could
looks like a
sell this
wheelchair.
horse for. He's gonna sell this horse and
Mind
probably
you,
make a
He
killing.
can, he can
You-
NFT that horse.
He's in a hotel making this.
Okay, he's not. All right.
He's
No
in
said.
quarantine.
Can you
So,
imagine room service as like the days are in like he's building
they-
this horse?
It
Can you
apparently
imagine he
cheered
gets
them
like a
up.
couple of the janitors just like helping him, pushing him out, like pretending to ride the horse?
They're like, oh, he's special. Let's help him. But he's just some guy.
Yep, it
Oh,
said he
fuck it.
cheered up people up, including the hotel staff and other quarantining guests. He introduced his mom and his sister to Russell over FaceTime. And it made them laugh.
You know what? At least the best feeling in the world for him is making his mom laugh. You know what? I respect
just-
that guy. That's a
What?
I just love that picture of him in what looks like a wheelchair, and that's his chariot.
Yep,
It's
yep.
his nemesis.
Is that a whip? Was that a whip in his hand?
Yeah, it looks like he
It's
made
plastic.
a plastic whip.
He made
Plastic
a plastic whip. And that is why Itachi flinched a little bit.
Yep,
Man.
yeah.
I
This- I
Don't
thought
agree
this-
with it.
I thought this photo.
I didn't hear what Yuli said.
We don't need to repeat it. That's
All
fine.
photo has
all the
to be my
people will know
favorite.
that.
That photo is that is a horse face mask, right? Am I
No,
crazy?
that's just he's
I
just
think
made
it's
it.
a face, like
Yeah.
a face mask, like
Just
it
a
looks like
smiling face.
Whole outfit and a horse.
Yo, the
Almost
creativity
sounds
on
like
that,
an
because I
Attack on
wouldn't be
Titan
able to do
looking.
that.
See?
Oh, it
At
is
a
a
distance,
smile.
it almost looks like a.
Oh, it is a horse smile.
No, that's not a horse smile. That's a face.
That's a
That's
face
a
face.
nose.
It's a mustache right there,
Whoever
isn't
that's
it?
faced off of, it got some fucked up teeth.
So yeah,
You know, this just in a weird way proves Carah's point from the very beginning of the podcast.
What?
men are creepy.
You just
We do some weird stuff, man.
When we get bored, we get bored.
This is very true. Like
That was-
a bored guy is like you
I
never
saw
know
that
what
and I
to
was
do.
like, I have to read that one tonight. That was just.
That's gold right there. That's
I-
pure gold.
You want to know how bored is a guy? He's actually doing chores around the house.
This is kind of true.
I actually really like cleaning.
You must never get bored.
It's therapeutic.
I mean, if like, but you're cleaning like your own territory. Like a guy cleaning his own territory, I think will always be therapeutic.
Yeah.
But we're talking like in a
cleaning
relationship,
everything.
and you're cleaning everything around the house. Like she didn't ask. You just got up and you're just started. You're probably bored.
He was bored. There was nothing on TV.
I would do it like twice a week. It was just therapeutic. I just liked cleaning.
But you also don't like people, so I guess that works.
No, I don't like people.
Do you just walk up to people and like with your mask and your gloves and be like, filthy, filthy?
No, I don't, but that's a good idea. Actually, I do this challenge at work with myself. Especially if I don't feel like talking to people. No. It's
Yuli!
to an extent, we might have conversations.
Yeah, do you guys remember
I don't like going to the
on the
doctors.
maternity ward? Is it the maternity ward? No. What's it called?
Maternity is-
No. The maternity
Wow.
ward's the baby thing. Which one? Where's the fucking...
You
the
should have
hospice
asked
care?
Siri.
Hospice care. Do you guys have like a pool on the hospice care? Which old person's gonna die next?
I don't think he would want to admit that on the podcast.
I don't remember what I was talking about. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I do this challenge at work where I don't, we have the mask on, right? So it makes it a little easier. When I'm walking throughout the hospital doing my thing, I don't make eye contact with anyone. I don't do the nod thing. I just walk right past them. And in your peripherals, you can always see and it makes people feel awkward, and it makes me feel so happy that they feel awkward that I'm not giving them that satisfaction that I'm showing that they exist. So I do it to people I don't really like a lot.
I do that to anybody in general.
You're just an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm just an asshole?
I don't like you. Just
I thought I was being funny to me, like in my own world.
So you're just an
I'm like,
asshole.
all right.
Because I feel some kind of way, especially like when I walk by, I always acknowledge people.
No, it's so great not to.
Hey,
Except the
Tachi,
women.
there's a certain age
I don't
that you have
acknowledge
to
the women because I
acknowledge,
don't want to
that
get yelled
It's okay
at.
to acknowledge everyone. Like if you're like a 60 to 80 year old man mowing your lawn or taking care of your lawn, and you wave to everyone driving by, that's okay. You're allowed to do that at that age. But if you're someone your age doing their lawn and you wave to every car coming by, you're like, that motherfucker's weird.
That's true.
This is very
Yeah,
true.
I agree.
The head nod stops once I think the head nod for a guy stops when you hit your 40s.
Yeah,
I just
50s at
I
least.
think that's at least. I think once you
You
hit
know
your
what?
40s, you can stop the head nod, and then you become verbal.
You become.
Dude,
You
I had the 6 foot,
thumbs up.
the 6
Yeah.
foot, the
Fuck
6
you
foot
if you
rule.
really
I had
hate 'em.
that way before COVID in public, man. 10 feet.
10 feet
Dude,
minimum.
I don't even like crowds. If I go into if I go into a Target, right, and I'm just like looking for a shirt or some, groceries or something, I always try to go first thing in the morning on a weekday when it's least busy. So there'll be the least, I plan my life like that. Like, how can I
How
be
can I
around the least
avoid
amount of
people?
people?
Quarters.
At
You're not
all
alone.
costs.
You're not alone.
And I
have
get
friends-
anxious if there's a lot of people around me.
I have friends that can vouch that every time we're in a crowded place, I always just tell them, man, we need a plague.
I just leave. If it gets too crowded, people have commented on this. They'll be like, Daniel, sometimes you'll just be like, you just leave. You don't say anything to anybody. We just turn around, you're gone.
There's too many
And I'm
people to
like,
say
oh.
goodbye to.
And I don't think about it like that. I don't think like I'm being polite or impolite. I'm like, no, I'm out. And then I just leave. Totally
Yeah, I agree
not
with
thinking
that.
about anybody else around me.
I agree with that. Like sometimes, like everybody's having their own conversation. You're just there, and you're like, I don't want to be here. Just walk away. I don't know if you need to say bye. Like you're not in the
I
conversation.
don't feel like I'm being an asshole. I'm not doing
Nah,
it intentionally.
if I'm leaving
get to a
like
point.
somewhere where there's a bunch of people like that I know, obviously, and they're all like different
if I'm
conversations.
leaving my
I'll just go to the
family-
door and just go like bye and just walk out.
If I'm leaving like a family party, I'll say goodbye to everyone. But if it's just
Even
like
a family
random
gathering.
people, I'll be like, I'm good.
Even a family gathering, if too many people are like in my area, I'll leave the house sometimes and just go to the front yard for like 5 minutes and vape by myself in silence.
Yo,
All I'm gathering from
sometimes
this
I
is if
catch
we-
myself when I'm leaving for family. I'm about to say bye to everyone. I'm like, goodbye. I mean, everybody. I was about to call.
And then
I'm
I build that
definitely
energy up for
seeing-
5 minutes. I go back. I'm like, hey everyone, hey, yeah. And then like about 30 minutes later, I'm like, fuck.
If we ever get
Go back
invited
outside.
to a talk show, it's gonna be a hot mess with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, this is the thing. If we ever get invited to a talk show, me and Warners are just gonna sit in the back smoking. You guys do the talking.
I can
No.
do talking. I can do some talking. I just gotta have silence before this, so I can have the energy to do it.
Not realize how I was when I first got on the show. I did
Do you
not
realize
talk.
how much you've talked since you got on the show?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you realize how much you learned about us since you got on the show? Do you realize how many
Yeah,
lives
yesterday was
and
like a crash
images do
course.
you have now?
Too many.
You know, one day, one of us is gonna like rub off on her at work or something, because she'll be like, you know what I mean? Like when you're around people like enough, like
No,
you start
it's
kind
gonna
of
happen
maybe.
tomorrow when she meets that creepy guy and she's gonna be like, "Fuck you, fuck off before I curb stomp you."
I don't think she'll go there yet,
No, no.
Yeah,
but I do think
she'll
I do
probably be
think
like,
she'd be
"I'm
like,
about to call my
blow him
husband,
off.
and he'll curb stomp you right now if you don't." Back
No, I
off."
told my coworker about him, and she was like, "Do I need to come stab him? I'll get stabby."
you have good friends.
You have
And
good
I'm
friends.
just like, "Please, come be my protector, because I'm quiet bean."
This is
You know, and then I'll
this is
say
why
stuff
I go
at
to the other
work.
side of the street. I'm not trying to get stabbed.
I say things at work sometimes that aren't always like I'm just trying to be socially, like I'll just try to be social, right? And I'll be joking around, right? Whatever. And then I'll say something like, God, if I stab myself in the eye with a pin right now, can I go home? Nobody laughs.
Nobody
like-
understands that humor.
Nobody understands that. And I'm just like,
Dark humor is how I cope. It's fine.
all right.
See, you have to
That's
still
gonna be
be
hard to
somewhat.
find like a significant other who understands dark humor.
Fine.
Feel
Yeah,
like
I
that
say stuff at work sometimes and I know people, they're just like, it gets quiet and I'm like, I guess I'll say that more.
I just say shit to say shit. Like sometimes the cashiers at like I'll buy Tide Pods for the washing machine. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you buying Tide Pods?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, they're delicious, good calories."
You know what? You know what bugs me in nursing too is like a lot of times not always, but there'll be days where like I'm the only guy in the unit, and all of a sudden they want to be nice, right? I don't talk to the. I try not to talk
Oh,
to people.
big
at work, 'cause
strong
women
man,
are
can
mean
you
to each
carry
other.
big box for us?
Yes, they'll be like, "Hey, we need your muscles," and I'm like,
I've said that to my coworkers.
"You want to talk to me now? Suddenly you need my help? We just need a big
Hold
guy
on,
over here. What
hold
do you
on.
mean? Like I'm fat? And
No,
like what do you?"
hold up, orders. I have to agree with you. Sometimes when it's just like me by myself in the kitchen and all the servers are females, they're like, "Hey, can we help you?" I'm like, "Can you help us pick this up?" I'm like, "The fuck happened to me being an asshole? You were just complaining to the manager that I'm an asshole. Fucking pick this shit up yourself. It's 80 pounds. I don't give a fuck. Get help."
You know what bugs me too, right? With that, they'll ask me for help. I'll go in the room, like if we're gonna turn a patient or something, like in the ICU, and there'll be like 5 people in there, and I'm like, so what am I here for?
Oh, I hate that shit.
And then they'll put me on one side by myself, and I'm like, what the fuck? My back hurts, woman.
I hate it when anybody does
My
that.
back is killing me.
It's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go do this." I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go with him." I'm like, "Hey, only one of you fuckers need to be there and do that. The other one's got to stay here and work. Why the fuck do you need 2 people to fill a soda machine? One
I got
actually
hit by a
fills it
car
up,
and
the
I'm
other
still
one
over
jacks
here
the other one
flipping
off.
people.
What the fuck do you want?
Oh my-
It pisses me off. I get irritated at that when I order something and I see like people gossiping by the machine. Like if I order a milkshake and there's 4 people by the ice cream machine, I'm like, 2 of you fuckers can be working on orders right now. Not even mine. Like there's 20 people in here. Like get us out of here. They didn't talk. This conversation can literally wait the rush.
Yuli is pissed.
I'm really pissed
like
at
having-
people like that. Like, hold up. I was a chef. I know this shit, and I get mad, and I get a lot of complaints for giving people shit for being like that.
But you know what? They'll complain, but they'll still ask for help. And
Yeah.
I do this thing
And then I
a
tell them
lot
no.
of times that people don't like that I do, and I don't care. They'll ask me to help move a patient up in bed, right? I'll come in the room, grab the patient, like they have like a sheet under them to help move them. I'll grab them and pull them up myself. And I'm like, took 2 seconds. This is easier if I did it. What about your back? No one cared about my back the other day with that 500-pound patient, and I'm on the other side by myself. So I just throw them up on myself. I'm like, here you go. Took 2 seconds because you were about to raise the bed, flatten it. We were gonna wait 3 or 4 minutes. No, boom, I'm out. That's my spill.
So, does this mean I won't get fussed at anymore when I rant on Twitch?
No.
Okay, because that was a double whammy. That was a double whammy.
No. We will still make fun of you.
Yulie and Warner's were just like,
We will 100%.
We hate. I don't hate anybody I work with now because I work by myself. DoorDash full time. It's fucking amazing. All I have to do is wait, pick up your order. Oh, thank God. I have to talk to anybody? No, just the servers, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, here for this. Okay, cool. Bye." I don't need to know about your day. I don't care how busy it is. Do it when you can, and let me get on my way.
Exactly. And you know, the number one thing I hate about being a nurse, okay?
The fact that you're a nurse.
I will be nice. Even, oh my God, dude. No matter how nice I am to everyone, no matter how helpful I try to be, I'll still get pulled. And I'm not the only one, but I'll still get pulled in the office every now and then. And there'll be the manager and then like some other manager, because another manager has to be in the room like when you talk to like vouch that the conversation went professionally or whatever. To have a conversation about something really trivial and stupid, like my room wasn't clean enough when I turned over to another nurse a week ago, or one of my IVs didn't work, shit like that. And I'm like, what? In the military, if you approached your chain of command, your upper chain of command with some trivial stuff, you'd get chewed out the damn room for wasting their time with stupid shit.
And then you probably
either have teamwork and professionalism or get out. Like, and I have to sit here and like, so am I being written up for this? Or
no, we're just telling you.
Where can I
go?
You're just telling me.
You just wasted all of our time.
Yeah, they're like, this is a verbal warning. For what? The fuck did I do? Oh, I'm sorry. One of the IVs didn't work. My bad. I'll make sure someone doesn't die tomorrow. Like, what the fuck do you want?
If we ever get a studio, like a building, I'm gonna at least once at some point, just because of this conversation, call Warner's in for no reason at all. I'm gonna wait until he's like.
Article last week. What gives?
Yeah.
I'll lose my shit, dude.
I'm gonna wait till he's like at the door, have the secretary catch him. Wait,
window cracking.
Boss man needs to talk to you.
Warner's just threw Itachi out there like, oh, wow. Well, good thing he's a nurse.
Man, if we get to a point where I can quit my job, you have no idea how fucking happy I would be. And people are like, oh, you have a good career. That doesn't mean I'm happy. I did this because I wanted a stable career because I got a couple kids. Like, I didn't know it was going to be this stupid.
Oh, yeah, I have to agree. I've never been happier than leaving, like, an actual workforce. Like, having an actual job fucking sucks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad. Look, DoorDash pays me well enough that I can survive, work when I want, and be okay. I'm fucking happy that I have that because I don't have to work 60 to 70 hours a week to make payments. It's a shit job sometimes. And then on top of that, get treated like trash by servers who think they're better than everyone? Fuck out of here.
This conversation I had like last week about my IV or whatever the fuck, they asked me too at the same time if I was almost done with my module to do charge nursing, so I would help run the unit. I'd be like the head nurse on that unit, right? And I told her, this is what I said, I would not be good for that job. And she said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, first of all, I've only been on this unit for a little while. I'm still learning how y'all do things, but there's so many little things I don't care about. And I feel like there'd be a lot of complaints from your staff about me as far as like how I would handle a lot of the stupid stuff that goes on the unit, like complaining about stupid stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty honest.
And she's like, well, I really appreciate your feedback. And I'm like, there it is.
The last like 15 minutes of this episode has just been the GZ therapy session.
I was sitting here thinking that. I was like looking at it. And I'm like,
hold up. Carah, do not tell me that you don't like you like your job as much as you do. even though it
No.
pays the bills. Yeah, exactly.
No.
And you probably hate
No.
some of your coworkers. Like, I wish I could stand.
Oh,
that
most
bitch.
of them.
Yeah, there you go. It's like
You don't have like a thing at work that just really irritates the shit out of you?
when someone quits.
The entire job that I'm doing right now.
Well, there it is.
That's another thing we're noticing. There's a lot of places being understaffed, and I'm like, well, yeah, nobody wants to
Nursing?
nobody wants to work this shit for shit pay, or handle this shit.
They're like, well, there's not enough nurses. I'm like, probably because you're writing them all up because their fucking IV didn't work.
And you're probably not paying them enough.
Who cares about that code they ran yesterday, you know? Like, Jesus Christ.
And then there's Itachi.
Poor Tachi. Poor Tachi.
Itachi, what was the last like job you had? Not in the military, but like job.
Wow. Well, way to
Shout
lead
to
off
the
of that.
heart.
It's like a genuinely
You're
like
too
nice
late.
question with an insult.
Yeesh. Well, I guess everyone now is
Wow.
probably wondering, like, damn, we're wondering that too. I was working at the post office before I started doing the podcast and all that. I hated it.
Yeah, that post office sucks.
Yeah, he talked about it. They were shitty to him.
I thought that was before the military, though.
That was after. the
That was
military.
after. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll hire you. They'll be like, yeah, oh, he's a veteran. We're gonna take advantage of that.
That's exactly what happened.
Wow.
That's why no one at my current job knows I was in the military. I didn't put it on my resume. I've never brought it up.
The only reason that it was because it gave extra points on my test automatically. It was almost pretty much, unless I failed the drug test, it was almost guaranteed I was going to get hired because it was a government job to a government job. And it was pretty much on my driver's license. So I was, I never hid. I didn't like hiding that I was a veteran, but after the post office, at that point, I was pretty much like, no, I'm done with the workforce. Cause literally, I have VA disability. So I was doing shit that technically really wasn't beneficial to my health. I physically was getting worse, like visibly getting worse. And it wasn't until I actually hit that lady with the mail truck that my job actually got a little bit better. Not because I hit her, but because I had to get transferred to a walking station.
He took out some frustration in an innocent old lady. Helps to let it out.
So, once I got transferred to the walking station, life got a little bit better. And I met one guy who was just like, look, this job is not for everyone. He was like, bro, if you want to quit, he's like, I wish I would have known. He's like, quit. And after I had a talk with him, that's when I realized. I woke up one day, I was like, fuck that, I'm done.
I think like a lot of adults now are realizing like, I don't want to do this job, or like they're talking to their parents like, I only did the job because I had to take care of my family. You have the opportunity to actually make your life what you want to do.
Me.
I mean, and that's pretty much what got me into doing the whole, the podcast now. Because I said the only boss I ever want to work for again is myself.
You know what?
Once I'm able to
I
work
kind
from
of don't
home,
want to
I'll
work
enjoy
under
my job a
Itachi
lot
either,
more.
but Itachi's the best bet I have.
It's true. We're riding on a lot of stuff here, but we're doing it.
Itachi, you have all of our faith on you. That is a big thing to hold.
It's like no pressure at all.
No pressure at all, Itachi.
We'll put in as much work as we can.
Some of us put money, other of us are putting time, other of us are putting effort on you. So like, no pressure. No pressure.
Every Christmas, you get a Christmas card.
Hey, I'm Jewish.
All right, you get what is it, like
Christmas
7 cards or something?
Can I just say that the best part of the one part of working at the post office that actually was enjoyable was the very end of my route. One, because it was the end of my route, and two, I ended in a Jewish community. And besides one angry Jewish guy, that community was the nicest community to me.
Did you get like 10
when I
lawyer
would drop
cards?
off mail.
17 accounting cards? Like how many of them are
No,
I'm an
at
accountant?
least they-
I'm a lawyer. Here,
They
I'll help you out.
actually spoke to me. Like, a lot of people don't treat the mailman as a person.
That's
That's
weird.
true. I've never talked to a mailman.
Yeah,
No,
they don't treat
I-
us. They didn't treat us like people. They treat us like an extension of their Like if they were waiting on medicine and we're dropping off the pill, they'd be like, "Where's our pill?" And they'll call your supervisor, and you could be on the route, and then you'll get a call from your supervisor. "Did you drop off the pills at 57 Acre Street?" I'm like, "Bitch, that's like 10 minutes from now. I'm not on that part of my route." Well, they just called and wondered where their medicine is.
Yo,
I didn't know you could call the post office and complain.
Can we also talk about how fucking stupid people are to not consider other people? It's kind of fucked up. Like you go to like fast food deals with it a lot, where like the girl and the cashier gets treated like shit. It's like she's not a manager or anything. She's just doing her fucking job. Like I can't tell you how many times I walk in, I wait for my dash order, and someone's just ripping on the cashier girl. Like, why the fuck are you ripping on her?
Hated my mom.
It's complete. That's another human. You're talking to another person. That person was a child at once and is still learning. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You really want to? I don't get why you would pit. You don't want to yell at someone who has yet to give you your food.
Also, like it's not just fast food workers. You see that at Walmart. How like someone doesn't know where. Oh my god! This one time we were just chilling in Walmart, walking around bullshitting, and some dude asked, "Hey, where are your shirts at?" The guy was new, apparently, didn't know anything of this Walmart, and he's like, "Oh, it's over there on that side." The guy goes, "Are you gonna walk me there?" I'm like, "But it's over there, sir. I gotta take this." Like, no, you have to walk me there. I am a fucking paying customer. Walk me to the shirts. And I'm looking, and I see this guy, and I'm like, that dude has had a bad day, or is just a fucking piece of shit. But I feel sorry for that guy. And the guy he's yelling at, especially the other guy. You know what? If the guy that's yelling right now gets in a car accident outside, I'd probably laugh at him. Karma's a bitch.
Mm-hmm. If in 5 years or so we're in a good place, I want to get jobs just so I can quit them. Like I fantasize about that, like the different ways I can quit jobs but not get arrested.
There'd just be a whole segment dedicated to that. What job did Warner's quit this week?
Dude, I will 100% add content to that. I will add content until I'm not rehireable at any hospital.
Has anybody here ever quit more than one job?
First job I ever quit was the post office. My very first job, I got laid off. You technically don't quit the military.
Yeah, you just bow you're like, I'm out.
You just kind of like tap out.
I actually did. I quit a hospital about 2 years ago. I called in one day and said I quit. And I was working for Baylor Scott and White. I don't know if y'all have them. What? Baylor Scott and White. It's a healthcare system.
They sound sus as fuck.
They do.
Yeah, well, it's like them and HCA.
They sound like they get discount organs for the organ transfer.
And I was so stressed out on that job that, not to Itachi's like extent where like I was getting sick, but like mentally I just was so drained and couldn't do it. And that's when I called in, I quit, and then a month later I started doing travel nursing for a while. So I wasn't at one hospital. I would take contracts and go all over the place. And I really liked it. I had to drive a lot, but I didn't have to like deal with the politics of that particular hospital.
Carah's having a good time.
She's got a lot going on. She's getting puppy love.
He's being a nuisance right now. He was climbing up the wall.
That dog's pretty cute, though. That's a cute dog.
He's really cute.
But well, there you guys have it. GZ Chop Shop's random venting therapy. How do I even timestamp this?
How many listeners out there right now are listening to this in a job you don't fucking like and would love to quit? That's what I want to know. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be more than half.
And stop yelling at your damn nurses because you didn't get your snack that you asked for 5 minutes ago.
Stop yelling at the McDonald's cashier. Yell at the manager.
Remember, the person that's dropping off your mail is a human being.
Remember that when you talk to someone, they're a human.
Be nice.
Yeah. Be nice. And hey, if you would love to work for GZ Chop Shop, help by supporting us so we can get that building put up and then put in your resume and we might hire you. And then you'll have a great boss.
Me and Yuli get to do the interview.
Already is you can't be a creepy guy apparently, or else you'll creep out Carah.
Yep.
And you can't apply for secretary. I already have that position pre-filled.
Okay, all four of us will be.
Also, he's gonna fill that secretary with his stuff too, because we know who it is.
But Itachi doesn't talk. Itachi gets to make this final decision, but first, Carah's quiet, engages if the person's
Carah,
creepy.
Since you're gonna be HR, is that okay for Itachi to hire his girlfriend as a secretary?
Never even said it was my girlfriend. I just said the position was already filled.
I'm assuming it's your girlfriend. I'm just gonna assume that now, because we know that's
no work would get
that's
done.
probably the
which
best
is another
bet.
slew. That's another slew of questions we have for another time.
No work would get done. I need someone who can get the work done.
Wow.
I'm just being honest.
By the way, we have a Resident Evil review, and we're going to see some video contents out there. So if you'd like to see that, check it out.
Yeah.
Check out Carah on Trovo, Warner's on Trovo, Itachi on Trovo, me on both Trovo and Twitch.
Can I promo myself? Since this comes out on Thursday.
You can do whatever you want. You're a co-host.
Can I promo myself?
Promo yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow is when this comes out for anybody who's listening to it on Thursday. Friday, the 14th, I'm doing a 24-hour stream for my birthday. I will be streaming 9:30 p.m. Friday night Eastern time, all the way until Saturday night. I'm nervous. I'm excited. It's going to be filled with lots of horror genre games, Dead by Daylight, In Silence, Pacify, Phasmophobia. I'm really excited, really nervous. Come spend my birthday with me.
It'll be
on
a 12-hour
Twitch.
stream, and then 8 hours sleeping, and then probably like the last 4 hours.
Let all of you coming by have to emphasize when you're taking naps, just to drive home the point she will not be able to go to sleep. You have to be like, oh my goodness, I'm going to go lay down on this very soft pillow.
Let me live vicariously.
I'm going to take this really nice, long
I'm going to do my best to do the entire thing with her, because I want to watch who's going to fall asleep at the keyboard first. Her or me.
Oh.
Thank God I have the day off.
I'll be working the whole day. So I would have worked like a 12-hour shift, been up since about 4:30, and then I'm going to try to like hang.
Hey, don't forget about that meeting on Sunday.
What?
Because Warner, he's going to try to go to sleep. I'm like, no, we got a meeting.
Wait,
there's a meeting on Sunday?
There's a meeting on Sunday?
There's usually a meeting on Sunday.
Wow.
We've had one meeting on Sunday. What?
Yeah, because then there was a holiday, and then we had a week off.
With that said, I've been to more Jeezy Chop Shop meetings than I have my work meetings. I've been to 0 work meetings.
I take that as a compliment.
I feel special.
I take it as a compliment.
I'm not driving 45 minutes for a 40-minute conversation.
Call me in. It'll be fine.
Just call me in. just plug me in there. I'll be okay.
Not going.
All right. Well, guys, we are at the end of the episode. We're going to get out of here.
This is a fucking long-ass episode.
Yeah, it was an hour. It was an hour and a half. Well, you guys had a therapy session. It looks like you guys really needed that therapy session. So
we're just telling people, hey, if you have the option to do something better, do it. Don't fucking screw yourself over.
Look at you being inspirational.
Better. I know. And this moment will forever. I'm gonna make sure there's 30
copies
just say,
of this. I inspire people to do better, but I always love to see them crash and fail because I do that so many times. It's just fun seeing another person fall down the pitiful pit of failure with me and be like, hey, welcome to the crew, buddy.
Oh my God.
It's true.
Oh gosh. If you guys want the bonus minutes of this episode, the minutes before, make sure you check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/GZ Chop Shop.
After Dark episode. It was a good one. After Shark. I was watching Sharknado right now while we were doing this too.
Oh my gosh. I love us
completely focused.
But if you want to catch any episodes of the GZ After Dark, you can check them out.
Even when I stream, I'm watching anime on the side.
And we actually have our newsletter starting to go out this week. So if you sign up for our newsletter, you can start expecting those to roll out as well.
Also,
anyway,
After Dark, Patreon guys, and everybody there. Comment below questions that we can use on the After Dark. We want to know. And be careful what you ask us, especially me.
Yeah. Yes. So
if it's really risque, you can DM.
Big shout out to Poddex for
you don't want to DM you.
But don't be creepy about it.
Don't be creepy about it.
We have a lot of like we want y'all to participate, but there's
don't be a creep. I've already had to block someone.
That shit was funny.
Please.
Carah took my kill without me. I'm like, I saw the fucker, I was about to hit block, and then it disappears. I'm like, Carah, you motherfucker! That was my kill!
That wasn't even what I was talking about, but okay.
Oh.
We have such
I was talking
great
about that high
things.
guy.
Anyway, stay safe out there, everyone. We will catch all you wonderful
Join the
people
Discord
in the next
server.
episode. Later.